Hello and welcome to day two of the Fintech Pitch live session at Pay 360, where we've invited some fantastic fintechs to pitch as we look to identify the most exciting and innovative players that we believe have the potential to shape the future of payments. My name is Ian O'Sullivan. I'm the European lead of Start Path, which is Mastercard's Startup and Corporate Engagement program, and I'm delighted to be chairing today's session. Yesterday's focus was on exciting companies that are innovating to provide choice, enhanced customer experience, and financial wellness tools to consumers. Today's session will focus on merchant-facing solutions, companies that are empowering businesses with alternative payment methods, both in-store and online, helping them to digitize, engage, and get paid in the new norm. We'll follow the same format today, with each company having 5 minutes to pitch and impress our judging panel, which includes some of the biggest names in venture capital. When all 5 pitches have been completed, there will be a Q&A session with all contributors. Judges will then gather to discuss and agree on the winner that will be announced at the networking event at Remo at 1:20, so please make sure you tune in for that. Before I announce the running order, the judges, and open the pitch session, I'd like to spend a few minutes building on what my colleague Amy had shared yesterday about Mastercard's approach to engaging with fintech by sharing some additional details on how the Start Path program works. In a nutshell, Start Path is Mastercard's Startup and Corporate Engagement program that serves as a springboard to help the best and brightest later stage companies scale. We're a team of people distributed across the globe, including Dublin, New York, Singapore, and Dubai. And the graphic that you see on the screen depicts where our startups, our corporate members, and our trusted sourcing network are located. Over the past 6 years, we've amassed a portfolio of 250 companies from Canada to Colombia, the UK to Japan, and everywhere in between. And we spend our time espousing the virtues of partnership. When we look for, when evaluating, what we look for when evaluating fit are the novelty of the solution, how innovative is the technology, and does it solve a problem that exists globally? There must be alignment with Mastercard's strategy to ensure buy-in from relevant product teams. We tend to work with companies that we describe as being a little later stage. So they typically have raised some institutional funding, have been around for a few years, and have paying customers that will endorse both the team and the technology. And finally, we look for diverse founders with real passion and a global mindset. These are the type of companies that are typically ready to scale, and we can help them do that. We've been delighted to have been associated with some of the fastest growing fintechs in the world over the past 5 or 6 years. There are 3 unicorns in the Start Path portfolio, and I suspect there will be a couple more relatively soon. To speak to a couple of examples on this slide, Airwallex from Melbourne, Australia joined Start Path soon after raising a seed round back in 2016. We've explored collaboration around cross-border payments, issuing and acquiring, and we invested in Airwallex during their Series A round. They've gone on to become the fastest startup in Australian history to reach unicorn status. And in the context of today's session, Airwallex was inspired when the CEO, who had a side interest in a coffee shop, experienced firsthand how difficult it was to pay an overseas supplier for things like napkins, cups, lids, etc. Razorpay is often described as the Stripe of India, and they've launched a strategic partnership with Mastercard to drive digital payment acceptance by small businesses and startups in India, a need that has obviously been greatly accelerated by COVID-19. Given that today's session is exploring merchant-facing commercial payments innovation, I thought it would be useful to briefly share the 3 broad pillars that underpin the global strategy of Mastercard's small and mid-sized business teams. They want to help businesses to get paid, get capital, and go digital. And I believe that the 5 companies that we'll hear pitch today all have solutions that are a fit with this strategy. Ordo, headquartered in the UK, take the hassle out of managing and tracking payments to make getting paid easy by leveraging open banking. Izicap is a French company with a card-linked loyalty and CRM solution. They've helped more than 10,000 merchants, 10,000 local retail businesses digitize loyalty to enhance business performance. Hips is an Irish company that offers merchants the ability to accept the most popular payment methods in the physical world without the requirement of a POS terminal or the need for a separate app download by a payer. Payxpert is a UK company that's enabling its customers to accept payments anywhere and in whatever way the customer wishes to pay. And finally, Yoello from the UK have built an appless mobile ordering solution. Their solution enables their customers to offer click and collect, delivery, and contactless payment service, which are obviously all extremely relevant capabilities in today's environment. I'm happy to announce that today's judges include David Hollidge from West Hill Capital, Kevin Chong from Outward VC, Craig Fox from Silicon Valley Bank, David Crawford from NatWest, Greg Smith from FT Partners, Rostislav Reviuk, IPN Investors Private Network, Nigel Lee from Apis Partners, Craig Wills from Hi Mum Said Dad, and Nick Kerrigan from Swift. I think it's time that we hear the pitches. I'd like to wish the companies the best of luck, and indeed I'd like to thank the judges and yourselves, the audience, for your participation. As mentioned previously, there will be a Q&A session with all contributors once all pitches have been completed. So without further ado, I'd like to hand over to Craig Tillotson, CEO and co-founder of Ordo, to get things started.
Hello, I'm Craig Tillotson. I'm the CEO of Ordo. 3 years ago, myself and my co-founders from the leadership team of the Faster Payments Scheme set up Ordo to use open banking and faster payments to provide lower cost, safer, easy to use payments for UK businesses, small and large. So what is Ordo? Ordo is an integrated open banking enabled payments platform. Now, we provide our service to billers of all sorts, corporates and SMEs, in two broad areas. First of all, in billing and request to pay, we allow businesses to send requests to their customers to be paid securely and easily through open banking. In e-commerce and online, we provide a Pay Now button that allows a business to take payments online from their customers, again, using open banking. And straddling the two areas, we provide QR codes that can either be incorporated in a paper bill or at a point of sale device to, again, allow their customers to make open banking payments. Now, businesses access our platform in a number of ways. Firstly, they can go through our APIs. Secondly, we have some pre-built integrations covering accounting packages, Qantas, one of our technology partners and distribution partners, and also Ordo Bridge, our own integration software. And finally, for small businesses and sole traders, we provide a web access and app so they can make the requests they want from their customers. On the other side of the equation, for payers, we have a zero registration, ubiquitous open banking payment service. And it doesn't matter how the customer gets the request or wants to initiate the payment, whether it's been sent to them by email, it's on a checkout button on a site, or they've even scanned a QR code. They all go through exactly the same process, and they don't need to have registered with Ordo or downloaded an app before they do that. They follow the link, and we present a summary of the payment they're going to make. They then select from our long list of integrated open banking partners the bank they wish to pay from. We then take them from Ordo to their mobile or internet banking app, and we preload into that securely through the open banking protocols all the information they need to make the payment. Then all they do is simply authorize that payment directly with their bank, and their bank will then send the money straight from their account through the Faster Payment Scheme to the biller's bank, immediately and irrevocably. So where is Ordo at the moment? We were authorized as an AISP and a PISP in 2019. We've had our system running live for more than a year, operated by CGI for us using Microsoft Azure's cloud and partnering with Kodak and Yapoli for certain system functions. We've got technical integrations built and live with QuickBooks, Sage Business Cloud, and Xero, and we have a growing number of partnerships with CGI, Qantas, Sage, and a number of others. And importantly, we've integrated with over 40 UK banks through open banking, giving us coverage of more than 97% of consumer accounts and a very large proportion of SME accounts. Last year, we were lucky enough to be finalists in 3 of the categories in the Emerging Payments Association Awards, and we were number 10 in the top 100 fintech disruptors of last year. So why are businesses adopting Ordo, and who are they? Firstly, for reasons of cost. The Ordo service is a fixed price, a maximum of 20p per payment, compared to anything between 0.5% and 3% for a card payment. We also make billers' processes more efficient. We can guarantee that references they want to put through the banking system will be seen on their bank account. We also give immediate settlement. We also have non-cost reasons for using Ordo. We reduce fraud, whether that's removing chargeback risks in cards or interception fraud risks for faster payments. We also deliver a better customer experience. The payer doesn't have to enter any data to their biller or to us, so there's no data entry or sharing. Now, working through our direct channels and through our channel partners, we're making real headway in a number of different sectors, from energy to bank account top-up, to accountancy and marketing services, through insurance, travel, and SMEs. So come and talk to Ordo. Whether you're interested in bill payment, request-to-pay solutions, e-commerce solutions, or point-of-sale QR codes that allow you to bypass card schemes, or even if you're interested in our new account validation confirmation of pay solutions. And whether you want to use Ordo in your own business, whether you'd like to partner with Ordo to add value to your own propositions, or even if you want to invest in us, come and see us at ordohq.com or contact us at contact@ordopay.com. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Miguel Mateus, one of the founders of Izicap. Izicap is a card-linked CRM and loyalty solution designed for small and medium merchants. So basically what we do is we turn any payment card into a loyalty card. So no need for another plastic cards, no need for apps to download to the phones or anything like that. We work out of 100% of the transactions that goes through a payment terminal, and we do it in partnership with banks and acquirers. We have been recognized by the industry. Just last week, we won the MPE Awards for a best POS and payment solution. We're also part of the Mastercard Start Path. And our solution is basically composed of 4 components. First one is the ability to turn the payment terminal into a recruiting device. So basically, we can turn the card payment into a loyalty card just by letting the cardholder leave his phone number on the payment terminal. The second component is the analytics. So we provide a whole set of analytics that allow the merchant to fine-tune and to define the best loyalty solution for him. And we help him on that path. That is the third component. Recurrence loyalty, one-off, welcome offer, birthday, all these type of loyalty solutions are available on our platform. And the final component is a complete communication campaign module that allows the merchants to communicate with these cardholders. During the lockdown, the value of our solution was even more apparent, more visible. So the merchants that stayed open during the lockdown in France that were with us, they did 22 percentage points average better than the merchants that were not using our solution. And when the lockdown ended, the merchants that closed and reopened, they got up to speed much faster, the ones that used our solution than the regular merchants. How it works? So basically on the payment terminal, when there is a new card, there is a pop-up that will invite the cardholder to leave his phone number. If he's okay with that, he will leave his phone number, and up to 80% of the cardholders will do that because it's very easy, it is safe, there's no risk. And after he does that, we have a connection between the merchant and the cardholder for marketing. We are able to do this not only on new Android terminals, but also in legacy, Verifone, Ingenico, and all kinds of terminals. We are also connected with the social networks, so we allow merchants to post directly from our platform to the social networks and on the analytics to understand how they're faring on the social networks. All these to increase the revenues of the merchants. And we are able to increase the revenues of a merchant by 10 to 20%. That comes from an increase of about 50% of spending of anyone that enrolls to the loyalty programs that we make available to the merchants. Here are some examples, real-life examples of merchants, their dressers, butchers, stationery. Any business that has recurrence is a target for our solution. Here we have an example of a regional bank in France. After just 18 months, they were able to generate more than 4 million euros of additional gross revenue with a 30% conversion rate on their selling off efforts for our solution. And so for an acquirer, these are the benefits: increase share of payment transactions, higher sustainability of their merchants, reduced attrition, because when someone builds his loyalty solution over this platform, he will not change for another acquirer, differentiation in a very competitive and commoditized market, and finally, a new revenue stream, which is quite significant. We are able to do this in about 90 days from contract signature to rollout of the first customers. And we are already available in 3 countries. We are expanding to 2 more countries in the next few months. We have more than 10,000 merchants using our solution already, and 1 million cardholders already enrolled, and these numbers are growing fast. So thank you very much.
Hi, I'm John Cavebring. I'm the CEO and founder of Hips Payment Group. So Hips Payment Group is a payment gateway and a platform as a service provider. We have a range of payment products, and the most exciting product that we have now is a merchant-presented QR code solution. So that solution is live today in around 8,000 merchant locations, mainly in Scandinavia. So traditional QR code or QR payment codes requires a native proprietary app for scanning them, and it's often also a proprietary QR code. And we think that suppresses the rollout of QR payments. So what we have done is we have created a QR code that doesn't require any app at all installed in your phone. You scan the QR code with your camera app in the phone or any QR scanner software, and you can pay with your Visa, Mastercard, American Express, etc., or any local or domestic payment schemes. And in Scandinavia, you have, for example, Vipps and Swish and Mobile Pay. Today, the QR code solution offers over 70 payment methods, if you count wallets into the payment methods. So we have three different types of QR codes. We have the merchant-presented QR payment solution. The merchant-presented QR payment solutions is more or less a QR code that is connected to a merchant app. So the merchant app receives a signal when the QR code is scanned. The merchant can enter the amount that should be paid, and it will instantly activate a checkout, if you will, on the consumer's phone, and the consumer continue the checkout process, and once it's completed, the merchant will receive a notification. So this payment method is synchronous with only one payer at a time. Then we have the second solution. The second mode is the hardware connected mode, and this mode is connected to a backend hardware that handles the transactions. An example of that is a vending machine where our QR code is connected to a telemetry box. So once you scan the QR code, the telemetry box will be asking the vending machine for the amount, and once the payer have selected a product and the amount is available, that will be displayed on the payer's phone. The payer will complete the payment and the product will be dispatched. As you can see here, we're using a vending simulator but it shows you the flow. So this is a hardware connected mode. The third and probably the most exciting mode is the host-to-host connection, which can be asynchronous. So you can have several payers paying at the same time here, if you wish to. In our example here, we are connecting to a taxi, and the QR code is back-end connected to the taxi central system, which is connected to the taximeter. So once the taxi fare is done, the taximeter reports the amount to HIPS backend, and we present the amount for the customer, which completes the payment. And yeah, easy as that. The taximeter will get the amount back directly from the QR code solution, and yeah. So please feel free to try this on your own phone. You can scan the QR code behind me here, or in my presentation, yeah, while you do that, I want to let you know that I will be available for live Q&A in the breakout rooms when all the pitches are complete. And thank you for listening to my pitch.
Hi guys, I'm David Armstrong. I'm the Managing Director of Payxpert Limited. I joined Payxpert about 18 months ago. And during the last 18 months to 2 years, Payxpert has really gone on a transformational journey. Payxpert started its focus as an e-commerce payment gateway, but it's now transformed to create its own payments ecosystem, becoming an omni-channel provider. So let's have a look at what that looks like. You can see on the slide the Payxpert ecosystem and its platform. In the center, it has its gateway, which traditionally focused on e-commerce. And as you'd expect, it supported payment methods, APMs, such as Sofort, Trustly, Ideal, Bancontact, and others. Also, as you'd expect, Payxpert had a relationship with a number of acquirer partners around Europe, allowing it under either an ISO or a payment facilitator, PF model, to process transactions. More recently, Payxpert has started to build out its physical POS-based solutions. It now has the first version of its terminal management system, its TMS, and that has allowed it to develop close relationships with POS hardware suppliers, such as Pax, Sunmi, Castle, Mayura, and others. At the same time, Payxpert has become a direct acquirer for certain payment schemes. Currently, we have been approved to acquire Alipay, WeChat, the Russian payment scheme MIA, and more recently, we've added China UnionPay and Discover. And what we're now doing is we're bringing those elements together in one solution for customers. We're now starting to take the payment schemes that we directly acquire on POS and then partner with acquirers that support Mastercard and Visa to deliver one compelling and competitive payment solution on one POS device. So this really is a collaboration of acquirers bringing together their different payments experiences and expertise to provide a single solution to the market. And under that model, we can process transactions either in ISO or in PF in the same way that we can process those transactions in the world of e-commerce. The payment solutions are capable of processing physical card and non-card transactions, the QR code payments supported by Alipay, WeChat, and others. So we didn't stop there. We then started to look at the software provided in the physical POS terminals. We've ensured that our POS devices now support digital signatures, tipping, satisfaction polls, and even a proof of concept ID by camera, capturing people's IDs. The tickets from the POS machines are supported in multiple languages, so the consumer can always get the ticket in the language of his choice. So this really represents the journey to date, taking the advantages of our many payment methods on e-commerce, marrying that with the payment methods we now directly support on physical POS, and combining those solutions. So for acquirers, this provides the benefit of speed to market. They no longer need to individually certify and become members of different schemes. We can provide that service and we can quickly enhance their overall proposition to the marketplace. For merchants, they're getting a compelling and competitive POS solution, as well as an e-commerce service. Merchants, for example, no longer have to have multiple devices on their desktop. They have a more professional appearance, and they are taking a POS product that is functionally rich. This is only the beginning of the journey, and I'm sure by this time next year, we'll have even more news to share. I hope you found this presentation of interest, and I'd like to thank you for your time. Thank you very much.
Hello everyone, my name is Sina, and I'm here to talk about payments and the future of the ecosystem. So as we all know, everything is shifting into the mobile space, and it's a rapidly moving change at the moment. The change happened quite quickly from cash over to cards, and now it's quickly going into the mobile as well. This is more than just Apple Pay and Google Pay. This is a much broader ecosystem that the infrastructure is going to connect customers and merchants and banks together, that will provide this layer of interoperability that allows everyone to communicate and actually transact with each other. It's a very, very big industry. It's estimated to be nearly 7 trillion by 2023, and then the mobile POS market to be 2 trillion by 2023 as well. So it's a really, really quickly growing industry. It's already proven in the likes of China and India. They've got ecosystems built around Alipay and WeChat and Paytm, etc. Now, the conduit for this is the innovations that are happening right now with new legislations coming through across Europe and whatnot. Everyone benefits through these kind of platforms: the customers, the businesses. From the B2B aspect, the brick and mortar space has the most benefit. They're the ones that are completely offline at the moment, and as they bring their businesses online, they get amazing benefits. I mean, through our platform, we've seen that customers actually spend 30% more. That's because the customer journey, the UI experience that we kind of have designed specifically has actually increase revenues by 30%. This digital enablement allows customers to interact with businesses in a much more streamlined way, and the proof of that is just higher revenues. The fact that this industry is offline is a problem, and as it now comes online, the data that's being connected from that is extremely valuable. That allows these businesses and the platform managers and partners around it to be able to use the analytics and the data behind it to kind of improve their businesses, the operational efficiencies of how they run their companies as well. It allows you to create marketing campaigns, and a whole ecosystem around that data is extremely valuable and just doesn't exist at the moment. From a customer platform, super streamlined how they use it. Things like you can just tap your phone now to a plaque or a chip. You can scan a QR code. No app downloads required. Connecting all of these things together creates a really rich customer experience that benefits every part of the chain. And the sentiment for all customers is moving quickly towards this. The shift has been enabled simply because of COVID as a massive conduit over the last year or so. The move towards contactless payments has made customers more savvy with how they use their mobile phones. And these technologies are now quickly growing across Europe that allows customers to connect to their businesses. And the platform that we have designed, obviously, we're a tech business, and a lot of the incumbents in the space, in terms of the resources they have and the kind of connectivity they want. We found great success in kind of working with partners within this space to actually build the products they need and connect them and provide these systems to their merchants. So in terms of white labeling, we've gone the approach of actually partnering up with payments platforms, acquirers, ISOs, gateways to build this rich infrastructure alongside them and make sure that they have and their customers have the benefits of these online platforms. Thank you for your time. It's been great to present to you all. Please get in touch via email or it'd be amazing if you could all join us afterwards for a Q&A session in the breakout room. Thank you very much.
So I hope you'll agree that we've seen some great pitches showcasing some really innovative solutions. And I'd like to thank all of today's pitchers. It's now time for live Q&A. Please visit the breakout rooms tab on the left-hand side of the toolbar and find this session's Q&A. When you join the session, please join it with your mic and camera off and type your questions in the chat function. As a reminder, the winner will be announced at 1:20 at the Remo networking event. So make sure you join to find out who's won today's session. Before I sign off, it would be remiss of me not to look forward to tomorrow's session, which will focus on enablers. We'll see competing companies that are leveraging AI, machine learning, and the blockchain to tokenize data, extend credit, embed financial services, and drive operational efficiencies. We'll hear from another set of impressive companies, including banks, Antelope Solutions, It's Credit, Weaver, and WorldCoop. For now, though, it's goodbye from me, but please do jump into the breakout room called Fintechs Pitch Live for the live Q&A. Take care.